Of course, my crazy story is that I discovered after we got a puppy that the dog really can't eat your homework.
And she is presenting today in the Summer Institute, Greenville Summer Institute. She's doing Dropbox and eLearn.
Mitzi?
Okay, I would be happy to. That's fine.
So that we can.
semester was that she
So right now the group is talking about a funny story that that students give for not turning their homework in. So right now they're communicating and trying to figure out. Okay, so what's the funniest story you've ever heard? So you can see they're talking it
was too painful.
because we know the students are going to give all kinds of excuses. Hey Sally, good that you joined us. Now this session is going to be held through Nearpod. If you do not know Nearpod allows the instructor to overtake students' devices. Students go to the nearpod.com site and then put in the class code, and then actually the teacher can send out quizzes and take over. Every time the teacher slides to a new slide, it slides over on the student's device as well. Nearpod has a free version. It gives you 5 gigabytes of space. So what we've done on the Walter State campus is actually ask teachers, instructors to use the Nearpod for free, and then if they fill that up and they show that they're going to use it, then we do the professional license. So just FYI, now there is an alternative Nearpod. You can look at Pear Deck, P-E-A-R-D-E-C-K. It's made through Google Forms, and so then you can actually create a very similar Nearpod assignment through there for free. There's no limitations that I found this yet. I've made several decks inside Pear Deck already. Same kinds of things. They go to the website, they log in with a class code. So just FYI, Nearpod is going to come up in just a few.
It's an employment notification in a newspaper, just an ad that they put in because they need a construction worker, and it has all these things. If you don't have reliable child care, don't apply for this job. If you are going to be in court because you're paying behind on your child support, please take
Nearpod. It is a free version, 5 gigabytes.
Down, please don't apply.
But there's also Pear Deck, which is equivalent, P-E-A-R-D-E-C-K. You take over the student's screen, take over their device, and then you can push out questions and all kinds of things out, polls, all of things. And you'll see in just a few minutes as we start the session. We're waiting on one more participant to come, so I started a little bit too early.
Yes, you should be on the Nearpod. You just signed into Nearpod and joined the session.
And answered the question, and it said thank you.
Have you answered the question? Okay. If you have answered the question, that's fine.
And I see thank yous on the screen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right. So here we have the tech that I'm using right now is a web tool that you can use as an app. If you are creating a Nearpod presentation, you will need to do it on an HP or on the computer and use the website for that. It's free. There is, of course, another upgrade. There are further upgrades that you can get for money, but the basic is free, and I have found the basic to be more than adequate for what I use it for in my classroom. And it allows you to provide real-time interaction with students. You can ask a variety of different types of questions, poll questions, quiz questions. You can use it for review. Students can also, very similar to the what the library girls did this morning with their, was it Tibbler? Twidla. Thank you. You can actually draw on it. We're actually going to have a slide here at the end where you get to provide some feedback in the form of an emoji, and you can draw your own emoji. But here I just asked a question: how many of you have actually used Dropbox? And I heard some interesting stories about why students can't turn homework in time. Right? We've all heard them. And let's face it, some of them are pretty good. They get really creative sometimes about homework, and the reality is that sometimes those are legitimate issues. How many of you guys remember using cubbies, either as a student or as a teacher in a classroom, where students had to turn in their work in a little cubby hole?
Yep.
Okay, let's interact, raise your hands. Okay, you had to use cubby holes. The Dropbox function that I'm going to be sharing and talking about with you, and what we're going to be working on this afternoon, is basically a digital cubby hole for your students to put in their work into Dropbox. And I see that most of you have used, oh no, we're 50-50.
Oh, no, I lied.
Oh, okay, all right,
I use
Daryl
it
lied,
all the
okay.
time. I just lied.
Larry, you lied too.
What do you mean?
You use Dropbox.
Are you talking about the Dropbox in?
eLearn.
Oh, I thought this was something different.
I am asking questions about the Dropbox and eLearn using an app called
okay,
eLearn.
you're right. I did lie. You're right.
I'm sorry, I did not, maybe I should have clarified that better beforehand. I didn't mean to confuse you with multiple apps here. But yes, all right, so how about a show of hands then? How many of you have used the Dropbox and eLearn?
Yes.
All right, so
Of course.
I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys will probably be able to even give me some tips. I shouldn't actually say even. They have me down as an eLearn mentor on the campus, but I think I learn more every time someone comes in and asks a question than they actually learn. So I'm actually hoping to pick up some new stuff this afternoon as well. And I will just shout out to Kay Heck, who created a fabulous document, which we can make. I'll just email that to you guys this afternoon. That's not a problem. Okay, so most of you, if not all of you, have already used Dropbox. So this is going to be hopefully just some review with maybe some new information
And
or
code is
some
right up there
ideas
at the top,
for
R-K-W.
how to use Dropbox. So let's get some feedback on this one. This is a slide where you can actually type in your answer
Okay,
for how you've used
Kirsten, while you're there, what just
Dropbox
happened?
on eLearn.
Sorry, what just happened to your screen?
Yeah.
What just happened to your screen? What did you touch? So who was in control? That's
Yeah, I
exactly
set up for
right.
me. Yeah.
So if your students have devices and you know they're going to have them out anyway, why not take over their screen? And when she turns, it turns on their device. Same thing for you. That code gives her access to your device in a manner. But that's what's going on. So I just wanted to make that clear because I'm not sure you got that. You didn't do anything. She did,
No,
and that caused it. Okay.
I swiped the screen.